Welcome to the Limestone Coast Awards for the 2020-2021 season. My name's Justin Kane and I am the chairman of the Limestone Coast. The Limestone Coast encompasses the racing clubs of Bordertown, Narracourt, Penola, Millicent and Mount Gambier. The 2021 season has seen the season race over many restrictions due to the COVID environment we're all living in at the moment. But we were able to conduct 24 race meetings across the clubs for prize money of over $3.2 million, which is terrific for the local industry. Today we're awarding those who have achieved in our area. We are awarding the leading trainer, the leading restricted trainer, the horse with the best results in the Limestone Coast, and the horse who's done the best outside of the Limestone Coast. We're also awarding the Jockey of the Year. The leading jockey in the Limestone Coast for the 2020-21 season is Jacob Offerman. Jacob has had an outstanding season, who has also seen his wins take out the Senior Jockey Award of the Year as well.
Leading apprentice and also leading jockey for last season is Jacob Offerman, the most unusual thing in the Limestone Coast and most areas for racing. But Jacob, well done, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you, KD. It was a good season. Hopefully this season goes as good as last season.
What were your expectations at the start of last year, or when you first started to ride, in terms of the success? Obviously there's got to be some little carrot in front.
Yeah, look, like I was going well before the season started, and I thought I'll give it a good crack, and I was getting the good opportunities like for Sue Murphy and that, so that really helped. And yeah, once it was getting close to the end of the season, I knew I was up there, and I didn't know how far in front I was, but yeah, I was in pretty far in front, so it was good.
Let's take us back a fair bit before you started riding. We won't go back too many years. Dad's obviously got a big interest in horses. Mum's got a big interest in horses. You've been involved. What was that moment that really told you, I'm going to become a jockey?
Oh, when they put me on a horse when I was 9 months old, they put me on a horse at races and just grabbed a handful of mane, and yeah, I was ready to go then. And just since then I've been going through the horses and that through the pony trots, and yeah, it's been real good.
And we had some experience before your riding over in Western Districts with a few trainers.
Yeah, I've been over to Victoria and went with Darren Weir probably 4 years ago now it would be. That was a good experience, and I've been to Els and Zara a couple of times, and they've been real good experience for me, especially riding in Melbourne. So yeah, I've had really good experiences over my career and before my career as well.
What one ride, Jacob, can you pull one out for us that maybe have given you your most satisfaction?
Probably Royal Mile and the Port Adelaide Guineas, being my first listed winner. That was a real good thrill, especially for Lee, he's a local trainer. And it was sad they lost Casino Wizard, but this horse has replaced him, and yeah, he's doing good things, so hopefully it goes on this season. All
right, we'll finish this by handing to you. I'm sure there's a few people behind the scenes who might have helped Jacob Offerman get this far.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Dad and Mum. They've been a big help for me, just travelling with me into the races and that, helping me with my weight and that. And even Sue Murphy, she's been a real good help, always put me on, even if I don't claim or anything, riding at minimum. She's been a real good help. And Lee, he's super to me. He's done a real good job with his horses, and especially his up-and-coming horses. So, and all to the rest of the trainers, they've been a big support. So thank you very much to all the trainers in the local and in the city, so thank you.
Again, congratulations, best luck for the future.
Yeah, thank you.
The Trainer of the Year for the Limestone Coast is Sue Murphy. Sue is based in Narracourt and does an outstanding job looking after local owners and producing winners in the Limestone Coast.
Leading Trainer Award for last season goes to Narracourt trainer Sue Murphy. So first of all, Sue, congratulations on that one.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, these little things must give you a lot of pleasure.
Of course they do. Every time you walk into the your little coffee area and you see them all sitting there, and always feel proud of them.
Let's go back a little bit. Penola was nearly your home ground there at one stage with Peter Finlay.
Yes.
Training.
Yes.
Learnt a hell of a lot from there. I won't put words in your mouth, but one would assume that was a good starting point.
Yes, and Robin Finlay as
well.
well.
Yes, of course.
Yep, learnt a lot from them, and still learning, and never give up.
Could you imagine back in those days, pre-1994, I think your first winner, that you've now will be training over 500 winners with over $6 million in prize money. That's one very big effort. You've got to be proud of that.
I'm very proud of it. I see the photo, Bruce Bacon, he's hanging up on the wall. Yeah, I remember that. I spent that many times running to the toilet, and Mark Richardson, because he was favourite that day, and Mark Richardson come to me and he said, "It'll be right, the nerves will go eventually." The nerves are still there to this day.
Sue, last season, 14 first, 15 second, 16 thirds, just by a squeak from your competitive friend Sue Yench, but still a very good effort for 14 wins.
It is a top effort. Racing down the southeast are a lot stronger each year, more competitive, a bit more prize money, and still the numbers to win. You've still got to have your quality of horses there too.
And after yesterday, do we dare to dream?
We always dream.
Of course.
We always dream. Yes, like it just proved what we thought of the horse, and he can measure up against those fellas over there. And so Linda Meach was on cloud 9 with him, and he gets in. If he doesn't, well, there's always next year, or there's other cups coming up.
Talking about Hassel War, of course. These successes don't just come because one chief person at the top. There's obviously a good crew underneath. Maybe you'd like to thank them.
I'd definitely like to thank my owners, for sure. They've been a moral support all the way through, and the staff that I've had through the years, they've helped chip in, and just everyone does all different bits and pieces, and it all adds up. It's a team effort.
Congratulations on a fantastic effort from your season.
Thank you very
Well
much.
done.
The Horse of the Year for performances outside of the Limestone Coast is Royal Mile, trained by Lee Creek and based in Mount Gambier.
We've got with us Rob Dicer, owner of Royal Mile. Well, Rob, thanks for being here, and a very big congratulations. I guess you've had that a fair bit recently.
I have. Thank you. No, thanks, Shadow.
There's probably 183,000 by my records of why you'd be pretty happy about it, because the horse has just done fantastic.
He exceeded our expectations. We went to the sales, bought a horse, and thought it was, put him in the paddock for 12 months, put him in and he, I think he had a couple of seconds, and then bang, bang, bang in Adelaide. So we don't know where he'd work.
You've been involved with horses for a while, Rob.
Yes.
When you go to a sale, what are you looking for? Is it a price determination, confirmation?
Confirmation probably. I've got to be honest, I'm not the horse person. I buy it, I pay the trainer, and I get the prize money. And I've got a son-in-law, Ray Shaw, and he had a mate. They went and picked the horse out. This is the one we should buy. That's what we did.
Not a bad son-in-law.
Yeah, I hear it all the time, all right? He reckons he's the greatest. But that's fair enough. That's good. It's well done.
Let's say, in your opinion, what makes a talented horse? What are you happy with when they select?
I think if you got to look at their back end and how they're put together. And I mean, I deal with cattle, as you well know, and we deal with steers and that sort of thing, and it's all about their makeup, whether they can put condition on, all that sort of thing. Well, horses are a bit similar, only you want something that looks as though they've got a good front end and a good back end, and if they've got that, well, hopefully they'll make a good horse. But Yeah,
10th of March, a narrow court win in a lowish grade with respect 1,400 metres.
Yeah.
24th of April, a Group 3 over 2,040. That's a meteoric rise. Very few horses can do that. What was your thoughts then?
I thought it was a dream. I've got to be honest, Kevin. But, I leave all this to Creaky, and he just thought, well, I think we can do that. And I've got the photo home on the wall, so he's done it. I know that. And then I think 2 weeks after that, he went to that Group 1.
Yes.
Which, is amazing. And probably was a bit unlucky he came fifth. He should have come probably at least third. He couldn't get out, but that's the way it is.
I'll let you do a few general thank yous in a minute, but Lee Creek seems to go under the radar. Royal Mile started at 8-1 in one race in Adelaide, and it probably should have been about, in the old terms, 32-10. If it was trained by Tony McAvoy or somebody else, a whole new ball game.
I've had that question asked to me a fair bit, and I've had a lot of phone calls. When he first won in Adelaide, it was about, why don't we change trainers? Why can we do this? And people want to train him and all that. And I said, no. Creaky's trained all my horses all my time, and I'm happy with him. That's the way it's going to be. And young Jacob, if he can stay on him, he can stay on him. But,
Going to be pretty hard to prize him off, isn't it?
well, it is, but he's going to get that good probably that he'll go to Adelaide or Melbourne to ride for a bigger stable. I'd imagine. I don't know, but if he's available, he's got the ride. He knows that.
Yeah. Rob, there's obviously Lee Creek and a few others behind Lee that maybe deserve a few thanks that you know that the other people don't.
Oh, look. First of all, Shorey, my brother-in-law, son-in-law, got to thank him. I mean, I said I'd want to buy a horse, so he said, we'll chase one up. He's got one. Turns out it's a pretty reasonable horse. De Creaky and his missus, Kerry, great people. I get on really well with them. They are tremendous horse people. And I just find them very good to deal with. Never have a problem. Young Jacob, you can't have a horse running around this track without a jockey on it. He's 17. I mean, he might be 18 now, I'm not sure, but he's 17. And I just hope one day in 10, 15 years' time, if I'm still here, I'm sitting down watching it on TV and I give that young fellow a start and he's just won Group 1 and Group 1 and Group 1. So, I think that'll probably give me a lot of pleasure. So, but yeah, no, that's where we're at, and hopefully the horse will run for 3, 4, 5 years and we'll go from there.
And I haven't backed it, but there's lots of people in the southeast would like to say thank you as well.
Yeah. Well, I didn't take any notice of that till Ray said to me, he said, remember when we were in Casino Wizard and everyone down the southeast treated us as their horse? And I said, so what? And he said, well, they're doing it with this fellow. They really are. They treat it as their horse. And I said that to someone not long ago, and they said, well, you should have been at the tavern when it was running. Like, they're all backing it. And then I spoke to my auntie, who's never backed a horse in her life, wouldn't know how to. And she's in her 80s, and her daughter told her about it. And she went and put $5 or something on it, and I think she's a full-on gambler on Raw Mile.
On this one, Rob, you made the judge's decision pretty easy. Sometimes over the years it hasn't been, but we were unanimous. So again, well done.
No, thank you. Very much appreciated. Okay. Thank you.
The winner of the Restricted Trainer of the Year for the Limestone Coast is Ricky Bruin.
Limestone Coast Awards for Restricted Trainer, which used to be Owner Trainer, but the winner this year, Ricky Bruin. Congratulations, Ricky.
Thank you.
4 wins, a second and 3 thirds. How's your memory for the winners?
Yeah, not good. Memory's not good at all these days, but yeah, I can remember a couple of them.
We'll accept. What's a couple of them?
Paladira, Karak, maybe Tizer.
Well, you've done very well. That's not bad for a young fella.
Got a few.
Tell me, 190 odd winners now, been very successful as a restricted trainer. Have you ever had thoughts of going full time?
No, I have trouble putting up with the horses and I've got no hope of putting up with people, so that's a no.
I'll take that as a definite. That's cut out 4 of my questions. Anyway, there must be, was there a moment in the last 12 months, any one of those wins that gave you a lot of satisfaction? Because people not in those back scenes aren't aware of the injuries and things and the time that goes into the horses.
Yeah, true. Paladira probably, because she was limited in ability and to get a nice win out of it before she went elsewhere, that was good.
Right. How many horses got in work now?
2.
2.
Yeah.
That's certainly coming back to a restricted trainer.
Exactly. Yeah.
You are the chief of a small stable, but I reckon you've got 1 or 2 other people who give you a fair bit of a hand as well.
Yeah. Exactly.
Maybe a thank you for them.
Exactly right. Yeah. My daughter, without her, there's no hope. So we thank Christy, and Roz helps her just as much. So they're the 2.
All right, Ricky. Congratulations, and hopefully we can find a few winners in the future.
Thank you very much.
The Horse of the Year for performances in the Limestone Coast is Cuban Tonight.
Where we had the previous one for performances anywhere was quite easy. This one was most difficult, and we lined up half a dozen horses and finally decided that Cuban Tonight was our winner. 6 starts, 4 wins, 1 second, become very consistent. And with us, Jason Yentz. So Jason, first of all, on behalf of the owners, congratulations.
Thank you.
How do you find this horse? You haven't had it all the time. It's done a lot of racing interstate.
Yeah, he's a bit difficult, but then when you get him new, you've got to work him out. So he took a little bit, but we got him there in the end.
You did. How are the owners going with new training setup and those type of things?
Handling it all right, so yeah, it's all a learning curve for everyone.
Previously, he'd only gone up to 1,410 by my records. You've now got him up to 2,000 metres. Is there a plan there that I can see?
Not really. We just sort of gave him the best opportunity and he worked like he wanted it, so that's all we did. Let him do what he wanted to do, and he showed us that that's what he likes. He proved he won over 14, I think, early for us, and then up to 2,000. So, yeah.
So, what distance do you think maybe this next preparation, maybe his optimum?
Anywhere from that 14 to 2,000. He
Right.
might stretch out a little bit past 2,000, but I wouldn't have thought too much. So, but then they're all different. We can't read their minds. So,
Yeah. Now we've got two stable setups, Murray Bridge or Gifford Hill, and at Cadgee. Where does this horse prefer? Has he been to both?
he spent a fair bit of time at both. So, yeah. And he seems to just take it whatever. I suppose he was in a bigger stable over in Victoria, so he's used to the smaller setup up there and box time, and obviously enjoys getting down to Narracourt and having a bit of a run around in the paddocks. So.
And how are you enjoying life on the farm without mum and dad?
It's a bit different and a bit of a learning curve, but yeah.
All right. I'm sure behind the scenes also you certainly have mum at the helm of the training with you, assisting that training. There's a few other people you might like to thank as well.
Yeah, just all the owners and all our staff that keep us all going, and yeah, wish them all the best in the coming years.
Thanks, Jason. All the best.